We good? Welcome to episode 12 of the Water and Time podcast. I'm your host today, Will, joined by my lovely guest, Alan. What's up, Alan?
Hey, well, you look a little blurry today, man. Are you, is it me or, is it my vision? What's going on?
The video is fine for me, I think you have to upgrade your bum-ass internet and maybe you'll be in a better spot.
Yeah, my bad for asking. I'm so sorry for asking.
No. It's definitely my upload speed. I imagine my upload speed is awful. I'm just being defensive because today is Valentine's Day.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day, Will. Will you be my
Happy
Valentine?
Valentine's Day to you. Maybe. If you play your cards right.
Oh, I have a lot of cards.
We'll see how this podcast goes today.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back. I hope you flow with us. This is episode 12. We're having a little drink. We're recording 2 days early than usual just because we're both going to be gone. Where are you going to, Alan?
I will be traveling to the northern snowy ends of Hokkaido, Japan. Where snowstorms are apparently killing a lot of people. Like 30 plus dead in various snowstorms, so be careful.
I thought you were going to be like, snowstorms are hitting, so it's awesome. We're going to have great snow to ski. But no, it's like
there's a lot of snow,
dying.
buddy. There's a lot of snow. Don't worry about that one, Chief.
That's rough, man. I'm sorry.
It is very rough. But
hopefully it doesn't affect your flight or anything like that, because you still have to fly. Are you flying into Tokyo and then flying to Hokkaido?
Yeah, so fly into Tokyo and then go from Narita Airport to New Chitose Airport. And yeah, it's gonna be.
I hope the storm doesn't affect your flight. Yeah.
Yeah, the flights have been affected, but hopefully it's okay.
Nice.
I mean, it's fine if it does. I'll just chill in Tokyo, and it'll be fine. So yeah, and then where are you going, my friend?
I'll be in Peru. So I leave. I think Alan leaves on Monday,
yes,
the 16th. I leave on the 17th on Tuesday. I'll be in Peru for a week. It's summertime for them. I've been seeing snow for the past 3 weeks here in New York City, so it'll be nice to escape the cold, be somewhere nice and warm. Gonna go surfing, hang out in a little beach town.
Yup.
It's summer for them, so it's great.
Yeah, I'll take the brunt of the snow. You fought well.
I've had a loss. Yeah, thank you. But I'm looking forward to it. I actually, we were talking about this earlier. I had to get my passport renewed, expedited, because it expires in July, and I think for Peru it's 6 months. It's at least 6 months on there. And so I went and I got a day of expedited renewal. So same day, I took my passport to them, got there at 8:30 a.m. for my appointment.
Yeah.
Gave them my passport, came back around 2. It took a while once I got back to actually get it, maybe an hour of waiting. But then I got it and I was out.
Wait,
so same day.
Well, was it busy there? Because usually passport renewals take weeks.
Yeah, I think so. This is the actual agency where they I think they just print it there. And so I've seen expedited, I think it will take 2 or 3 weeks, or you can rush it with 2 or 3 days, but yeah, you can do same day. I think you have to be lucky and live in a major city that has one of these agencies. So in New York City, I think I just got lucky. It was just in Manhattan, kind of in the Soho area. And they print it there, they print it on site. So that's why you can do it in a day, I think. The next closest one I think was DC. So I don't think there are that many in the country where you can just go and get a day of passport.
Imagine you had to do a day trip flight to DC and back just to get your passport back in time.
Or take a train. Yeah. I'd imagine too, maybe in the West Coast, it's somewhere in California probably.
Yeah, LA or San Fran. Most likely San Fran actually, because you have various embassies there, for China and stuff.
There, when I was there too, I was so surprised. People brought their luggage, and they had flights right after getting their passport. I taught 3 ladies who full on had their suitcases. One of them was freaking out. She was like, "Can I get your manager?" Full on Karen, because her passport wasn't coming fast enough, and she thought she was gonna miss her flight. Another lady also had 5:30 p.m. flight out of JFK. And the renewal process same day, it's insane to me that they wait that long. I mean, I waited pretty long too, but
genuinely, some people are either unaware or a little dumb. But let's just say for the unaware people, oh wow, they don't travel very often. Their passport's expired, but then they agreed on a flight that they need to make. Is this is where priority comes into play, because for maybe for someone like me, oh, my thing's in 6 months, I can wait, and then so I don't really
Yeah.
mind
I mean,
as
first of all, you have to have proof of flight to get a same day. Even just to get any expedited passport, I think, within like a few days, you have to show them your ticket.
Yeah,
So you need
that's a
ticket,
cheat
yeah.
code. You can buy a cheap like international
Refunded?
flight. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's a cheat code.
You can. It's
Okay,
true.
okay.
But it does. It's like it's not as easy though. Like compared to mailing it, right? I think it takes 4 to 6 weeks normally, and if you expedite it, it's like 2 weeks. It is like way more involved. You have to wait there in person, but if you needed it, it's pretty good. I like the price is the same too as a normal expedited passport, so that's great. It was like $60 extra. But anyway, it happened. I'm going to Peru. I'm happy.
Well, cheers to that, my friend. Cheers to your
Yeah, dude, cheers to you
expedition
too.
and your travels.
A little drink. But yeah, so that was kind of the big thing for me recently, was going to the passport office. It was so sad. So once I'm there waiting for them, they called them up individually. Like they would call, like once your passport's printed, by the last 4 digits of your application number. Mine was 7633. And so over the intercom, like every few minutes, they'd read out like 5. And they'd be like, if you're the last 4 digits, come to window 32. The digits are 1723. And then they would say like 76, which are the first 2 digits of mine. I'd get so excited. It's like 76.
And then time slows down
7,
for you.
Yeah, and then it's like it was crazy because I was there for an hour just listening to this every 5 minutes, and like, oh god, it was crazy.
Jeez, imagine you miss your number too because maybe you're looking at your phone because you're so bored.
Yeah, they were really chill about it. Like if you had just gotten there, you could just go check and just ask anybody. They have like a centralized system, so you could always just go ask somebody if it's ready or not.
Yeah.
But it was just like oh please be me, and then it felt so good once it was called. It was like oh yes. And then in line I met another person. She had a flight, also afterwards with all of her luggage, and she's like, I'm probably gonna miss it. So hopefully she made it.
I think the moral of the story is pretty much do your renewals early.
Yeah, get that stuff handled.
Let's
all right.
see.
That's enough about renewals for passports. But yeah, we got some flights. Doing the podcast a little early today. What's up, Alan? Well, let's get into some Valentine's Day. We have some relationship stuff written down. I think the title of the video, we're going to try having a full-on title. What was it going to be?
It could be, are relationships transactional?
Are they transactional? Yeah, so do you want to take over and dive into this a little bit?
Yeah, I've been thinking, and I think about these things from time to time, about relationships in general, and sometimes I get new information, sometimes I reiterate on old mindsets that I have, and it always helps me build like relationships and approach current relationships, right? But yeah, just the idea of relationships being transactional and how that may or may not be uncomfortable for some people because it may conflict with the romanticism idea of relationships. And this applies for any type of relationship, like a friendship, a work relationship, a romantic relationship, any kind. But I think I've been mainly thinking about the romantic aspect of relationships and the transactional stuff that could be in there.
Well, what is that? Are we talking about like financially transactional? Like what do we mean by transactional?
Yeah, in pretty simple terms,
what does that mean? Yeah.
I would say think of it as I get something out of it, you get something out of it. Like we do this because there's an exchange of something that both people want.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think that's I think anything in life, any relationship is transactional at some level, right? I think that's just human nature, right?
yeah. Well, so there's this idea, right, about romantic relationships where we want to do things for the sake of doing it because it's the thing to do. Like, even if you don't get anything out of it, even if you don't like doing it, you'll do this because maybe it makes the other person happy, right?
Well, okay, so are we talking about like more of like a societal expectation to get married and have kids, or are we talking about once you're in a relationship already, like which part are we tackling here?
Yeah, let's say that when you're in a relationship with someone.
Okay, so okay.
Right. Is everything transactional? Like all the behaviors that are happening in this relationship, can they be connected to transactions?
What I mean, I guess I'm just being naive. I'm like, yeah, like I think everything's transactional to some level. I guess like how transactional it is. Like what 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 would it be
Yeah,
like
I
if it wasn't?
suppose. I suppose. Like,
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
does it make you a little uncomfortable sometimes, or does it make you a bit sad if, hey, we're doing this, and then you can get this out of it, and I'll get something else out of it. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
does that make you a bit sad, right?
I just never really thought about that too much.
And
Because I feel like, I mean, you wouldn't be in it if it didn't make you happy, right?
yeah, and
I
the
guess it
answer
depends
could
why people are
be
together.
yeah, the answer could totally be, oh, or like, honey, I'll do this for you because you'll get this, and and surely you can do something for me later, right? Because
Okay.
that
So
kind
like
of
you're
thing.
you're only doing stuff because there's some benefit to it for yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you're
what I
not.
mean from the transactional aspect.
Oh, I see. Okay, thanks
Right.
for going into that more.
Yeah, so I
I
guess like
mean,
we could start with,
yeah.
you already said that relationships are transactional. Like, if I ask you the question, are they transactional? You would say yes, that relationships are.
Yeah, I think so. Sure. I think yeah, to
Yeah,
some level.
yeah, and so from a like day-to-day aspect, I think about the types of things that you do when you're in a relationship, which could involve, yeah, maybe you're hanging out together, maybe you're like playing video games or reading a book together or just talking. But then for the other activities like the cooking or maybe chores, perhaps planning dates and stuff. Yeah, I'm just like thinking, does it being transactional? Because I agree, like relationships are transactional. Does it make it less romantic?
I guess it depends why do you do the things you do for somebody else? Like,
Even
is it just
today,
like, oh, I'm gonna, yeah, sure.
even
Yeah, I mean,
today,
Valentine's Day is a day
yeah,
of,
exactly, like
of love, yeah.
and like, so like, there's a girl that I've been going on dates with, and I was like, oh, it's Valentine's Day. I feel somewhat inclined
Obligated?
and compelled, obligated to do something today to make it like somewhat special, to acknowledge that it's Valentine's Day. So I will do something. And what I ended up doing was I bought some chocolate that I will give to this girl later. And I don't expect anything out of it necessarily, right? However, I think that I guess I would be sad if she didn't do anything to reciprocate. I don't think I would bring it up or anything right now, but I would keep it in my mind for sure. So
Why did you get chocolates? Yeah, you said you felt obligated. Like, what do you mean?
yeah, to do something for Valentine's Day. So it could be like a planning a dinner or cooking, or hey, honey, I did this to celebrate Valentine's Day with the two of us. So yeah, that's why I felt like, oh, this is what people do on Valentine's Day when they're, seeing someone, when they're in a relationship with someone, you do something. And sometimes I feel like, well, like, would I do this if it's not Valentine's Day? Sure, like I could maybe do this on a random day. But yeah, this whole obligation thing can sometimes feel a little bit like, oh, is it because is it because of a genuine want, or is it because of adhering to a cultural norm?
Yeah, so I think it's like more of like the societal view, right? Of like, oh, you see Valentine's Day, and in everyone's mind, it's, oh, the man is supposed to get chocolates and flowers, right?
Yep.
Which I think is all from the big flower and big chocolate industry, dude. They've been pushing this shit. They must love Valentine's Day.
That must be their most
Like all these
profitable day of
ads.
the year.
Bro, Hershey's. I'm telling you, Hershey's most profitable day is probably like the week of Valentine's Day, dog. I guarantee you. Or like those fancy chocolates. So like that's also part of it, right? Is like there's definitely some cultural part to it, financial incentive from these companies to sell Valentine's Day. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a genuine question. Is looking like about what you did. I mean, you did it, right? I think that's also about wanting to make the other person happy, right? Like, how would it? Yeah, what would have happened if you didn't do it?
Yeah,
Like,
so that's a good question. Yeah, what would happen if I didn't do it? So I'm not like I'm just like seeing this girl, right? Like, it's, I guess, early and stuff. But let's say that we ignored Valentine's Day, that Valentine's Day passes through and either we forget or we just like don't really make it special, then would that be a negative sign? Would that be a
I would say, yeah. I mean, you have to at least address it. Unless you guys are like, it depends, I guess. First of all, everyone's opinion is different, right? But to not address Valentine's Day with somebody that you're actively dating, that's just kind of weird. No? I would think that. Because, like, that is a day of love, right? You're supposed to have a Valentine. You literally asked me to start this podcast if I would be your Valentine. I didn't realize you were whoring yourself out, too, to another person. So that's not even a genuine question. But no, yeah, I think it's important.
You got me.
I think it's important to address it, of course. If you're dating, I mean, it depends on how serious you are, right? Or if other people that you're seeing, or
no, do you think it's
you're polyamorous? I don't know.
Well, it's mainly because of the cultural aspect, right? Like, oh, like we should
celebrate. Yeah, I think because they'll be thinking that, right? It's like the expectation around it. It's just a day of love, yeah. To have a Valentine, dude, everyone wants a Valentine, right? You want a Valentine, I want a Valentine. We did that in school. Remember, you get Valentines for people.
Yeah.
Do you remember that shit in school?
Yeah,
dude, I never got anything.
No, I remember.
I got wrecked on Valentine's.
Well, no. In elementary school, what they would do is you would do something for the entire class. You wouldn't do it for just someone specifically. You'd make chocolates or you'd bring food to
like a candy.
Yeah, to give to the entire class.
I remember that some kids got way more than others, dude. All the pretty people, dude.
Did you not get it?
Handsome and pretty. Dude, I did not get a lot. I think I definitely got some because it was like what you said. I can't remember, to be honest, but I feel like it was a lonely day for me in school.
It's a shame we didn't meet earlier.
I know, right? If only we went to school together, dude, in middle school and elementary school. But yeah, I mean, so imagine that. You start at that age, right? That's the cultural impact it has on you. In elementary school, you're doing stuff, right? And this is the cultural part. So, of course, it's kind of a normal thing to tell somebody what, if they're American or from a similar culture, to address it. If in school, it's a big deal. Like, you grew up with that for years,
So, yeah, growing up as kids, we're like, oh, wait, Valentine's Day is important. We should be doing something.
It's a cultural thing. It's like any holiday, right? You go to school, Christmas, right? 4th of July, you get some fireworks.
Yeah.
Right? You get gifts for people on Christmas or for birthdays. Like, why do you ever get... It's just, yeah, it's a cultural thing. Absolutely.
Well, then... Yeah, I guess then for the single folks out there, like even me, I'd consider myself single. It's like, yeah, Valentine's Day can sometimes feel a little awkward because we don't like have a partner to, I guess, do stuff with or celebrate it. Per se.
I've seen such a huge movement like these Galentine's Day events or events that are designed for single people, especially in New York City. All these bars are hosting events targeting singles people, or these like dinners, and I know friends and stuff. If they're single, they'll get other single friends and they'll do an event. So like even that is also like a recognition of the day, right?
Yeah. So I guess like Valentine's Day is a pretty transactional thing, right? Someone's gonna bring it up.
I mean,
and then the other person's like, okay, yeah, I'll spend time with you, and we just spend time.
I think that's anything in life, right? Like it's somebody's birthday, right? Like having a birthday party and inviting people to your birthday, celebrating Christmas with family, giving them gifts, right? Or Lunar New Year's even, right? Getting some red envelopes.
Well, do you expect anything in return then? Because if it's a transaction, right, all sides get something out of it. But when you do these things like celebrating Christmas or New Year's or, Valentine's Day, would you say that you always want something out of it?
I don't know, like for me personally, if I expect it, it just kind of happens with my family, right? Like Christmas, we all get each other gifts. Like, I don't think about it that much. It's like, oh, every person, I got to get a gift for them, right? So it's just like an expectation. So it's like, because I know it's going to happen to me. I know people will get me stuff. It's like, it's good for me to reciprocate. It's just being a human, a nice person. If people put effort into that, you should do the same thing. Yeah. Which is also back to what you said about Valentine's Day, right? It's like, oh, if they didn't do something for you, it'd feel bad. That's why, right? You think about them, you put effort in for something. You want that reciprocated, of course. Yeah. It's very normal.
I did say I wouldn't mind per se, but I guess...
I thought you did say you would mind. Oh, you said you wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind per se, but I feel something. Like, I would take note of it.
Of course. Yeah, of course you would. No, I mean...
Especially if I do something.
Effort into somebody. Yeah, of course. I think it's fair. It just depends, though, right? Like, because some people I know are working through Valentine's Day. Like, I was just at my pharmacy earlier. People are all working there. It's like, some people are busy. My girlfriend and I feel like we've tried to do stuff that's like an off day. Because Valentine's Day, like, going out for dinner, you can't be doing that shit, man. Like, it's too busy.
Everywhere's
You gotta
booked
go.
out.
Yeah, you gotta go day before, day after.
Yep, that's the smart move. That's the economically maybe more sound
Come on.
move.
Yeah. The financially.
Actually, maybe it's not even
Intelligent.
financial because it costs the same thing. It costs the same thing. It's just
No, dude, some places definitely
mentally.
bring up those prices.
Oh,
Or they
on
bring up the
Valentine's Day,
minimums.
you think?
Oh, 100.
Oh, okay, yeah, then it
100%.
is the
They have
financially,
Valentine's Day specials, dude.
economically.
Bro, I guarantee you chocolate goes up like 30%. Because you remember, like, after Valentine's Day, you go to, like, CVS or wherever, and they have, like, huge discounts on all, like, the Valentine's Day heart chocolate. Like, so there's definitely some to it. I mean, it's a marketed holiday, like all of them.
Because they know people want
yeah.
to buy stuff. Because I was thinking, like,
Yeah.
during winter sales and Black Fridays, businesses want to drive down
Christmas.
prices.
Yeah. Do they for Black Friday?
Yeah, of course,
don't-
because it's discounted.
I don't know if that's true anymore. I feel like nowadays it's just like they kind of pretend. But maybe because there's just too much volume. Yeah, okay.
Dude, I get emails from this couch company that I bought a couch from like every month, and it's like,
You're not marketing?
hey, it's 40% off, like again and again.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
I
That's
guess
what I'm talking
the
about. It's like at that
true price.
point, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like for Black Friday events, or I think I bought a shirt from fucking J. Crew recently, and it's like it's always 30% off.
That's always.
I hate that shit so much.
Yeah.
I have one more topic I wanted to talk about though with this, but I just forgot it.
Oh, actually,
Whiskey's
I
hitting me
did.
hard. Yeah, go for
It's
it, go
already
for it.
getting you, man. I was looking at a video earlier about it's titled "You're Alone on Valentine's Day Because of Economics." It's by Economics Explained on YouTube, explaining the idea that, like, as time progresses, because the economy gets better, because there's more money, people have more opportunities to do career aspects, that Valentine's Day will feel lonelier generally, that because people are more alone these days. And so it's because the economy is doing well that we see fewer couples and people going out on Valentine's Day.
I thought it was the other way around. Because the economy is doing poorly, you see less relationships. You see less kids because people are having a harder time to financially afford things. Am I wrong? Yeah.
So that could be an aspect, but it's because, like, if the economy is doing well, that means that people have more career aspects. They have more financial independence, right?
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
if
I
the
agree.
economy is doing well, then
Yeah.
because you're financially independent, there's less incentive to, let's say, be together with someone to split the rent or to
that makes
cover
sense.
costs
Yeah.
on something.
Yeah, because you don't need somebody else, right?
Exactly. You're not dependent financially
I mean,
on
yeah,
another person.
and, like 40, 50 years ago, women didn't even work, dog. Like, you were a
Right.
secretary or a teacher. So it's like now women have career. Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah, I 100%. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Which
Yeah, I mean, there's more of a single culture.
yeah,
for
it's more
sure.
of a single culture. But for the past many
the
centuries
US,
of
yeah.
years, this is probably more catered towards the U.S. than other cultures and countries. But a lot of the housing and things were built in mind with, there's going to be a couple living here. There's going to be a family living here.
Yeah.
So you have
I mean,
bigger
think about
spaces.
hotels. Yeah, it's always like for at least two. Yeah, it makes sense.
Right. But because you have, let's say, the economy is getting better, there are more single people that are busy with careers and stuff, but they still need a place to live. So they go to and get these places that are made for more than one person, which means that they're paying for more square feet that they don't need. They're paying for more living space that they don't need. And
Yeah, I think to just like make sure I follow this correctly. You're saying is like back in the day, if you were living in an apartment, or I would actually say that nowadays there are more single people living in apartments by themselves as opposed to the past.
Yep.
Because now people are more independent, they don't need another person or like a relationship to afford stuff, right? They can be on their own.
Yep.
Probably women especially, right? I imagine like the number of women living alone has skyrocketed since like the 70s and 80s. Yeah, that makes sense. And so because of that, then you might feel lonelier because you're not around people, you're not you're not required to be in a relationship to afford life.
Yeah, and of course it is more expensive to be single, because right now you have this idea of a singles tax where previously commodities and products and apartments or whatnot, they were priced based on two or more people. So, so you're paying like half the rent. That's what you would expect to pay because you'd expect to be paying it with someone else. But now because you're single and you rent out an apartment by yourself, it's still priced for more than two people. It's still constructed to be lived in by more than one person, but you pay for everything by yourself now. So this is the singles tax that is now happening, where because
I
you're
kind of
single,
get that, yeah. But
in
what? Yeah. But sorry, one thing you said that just made me think a little bit is the fact that like you were expected to always split the rent, because usually I feel like back in the day, like women in general in history just didn't work. I mean, they didn't work a traditional job as much, right? They were more on like the child rearing side. It came from religion and so on, right? Like they're at home popping out babies every fucking year, constantly just like, yeah. So it's like they weren't actually like, it was still one income. So I would actually, the economy doing well. I don't know if I would agree with that to the sense like maybe in the traditional sense like GDP goes up, but I think you had a lot more families that with only one income,
yes,
they could afford to live, right?
Yes.
Whereas now, because like you weren't splitting it, it was just still just you, but you did have more people with you.
Yes, but with
like
the family
man,
aspect,
right?
with the family aspect, if you didn't have someone not making money and taking care of the kids at home, you'd have to pay more to take care of the kids and to take care of the house and such.
I think that's like a modern day thing, right? Where like, yeah, they have two parents that work and they have to afford like a school or a
daycare
or something.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, I think it was just mainly one income families where they just made enough. They didn't have to go to work with both of them. Yeah.
Right. Even though back in the day women weren't working as much as men, like for the job financial perspective, they were still providing a lot of value to the household.
Oh yeah,
taking care of the kids.
Dude. It was important. Also, dude, I fucking hate banks. Anything important in life is open, but like all the government shit is open 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. What the fuck, dog? Everyone's at work.
It's
like why? Like the DMV. Well, what the fuck are they doing? Like I think it's because you used to have women who could go do that shit during the workday.
Exactly.
Like that. That's why, like how have they not changed that shit, dog? That's awful.
That's why you feel passionate, because it's a relic from the past. From a past culture.
Yeah, it just hasn't morphed. No, I think you're making some great points.
Same thing with these apartments that have been built for two people, but only one person's renting it out.
Yeah. And
Although
also affects housing costs. Yeah,
and the other thing is, okay, well, the market wants to adjust for things, right? Because if there are more single people in the market looking for housing, then you'll have new constructions that are focused on making more studios instead of one-bedroom apartments.
More supply, and you probably do see way more studios nowadays than you used to.
Yeah. But then now, like single people, they have more competition amongst themselves because more people are renting out by themselves, more competition.
That's the classic supply and demand, right? It's like there's just not enough supply.
Yeah, and
for housing, yeah.
It's financially hard to be on your own. And so, because like Valentine's Day, you generally want to spend money on dinner or making stuff. Well, or because it's more financial burden to you. So it's like, okay, well, if you're already struggling financially as a single person, you're not going to go on Valentine's Day stuff because it's an additional financial burden.
I mean, relationships in general, right? They can be expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, both financially and emotionally and timely, but yeah, the whole idea.
It's amazing how the world has changed. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so many variables conflating with one another that it can be hard to think about. But yeah, generally, I feel like even for myself, I like when going on dates or just spending more time with people, that's time that's spent where I was previously using it for something else. And
yeah, time is valuable, man.
It's the one thing you can't buy.
Damn straight, dog. So. Except that one dude who has like, I think he's trying to live forever. He has all his genetic testing, like this billionaire. You know what I'm talking about? There's some guy I've definitely
yeah,
seen.
yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's 20, but he's actually like 50, and it's weird, dude.
Yeah, like his
That's
body.
just kind of sad. Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's mentally 50, but his body's like way younger. Like it doesn't progress as much
Yeah.
because his cells are, fucking slowed down or something. But
Yeah, dude.
there's always going to be a niche for something, man.
Always, always. So, but have we answered that? Have we dived into this enough about relationships being transactional? You think? Because like in some ways they definitely are. I think in other aspects they depending on the people. But
I mean, probably the answer is yes, and I would be hard to convince me that they're not, because the relationships end because there's some kind of need or want that's not being met, right? Something, and like if the longer that goes on for, it's like, well, why are we in this relationship in the first place? I think of it as I think a person should be happy on their own, but having a relationship can add so much to their lives and make it better that it's worth, taking on the relationship. So like you get something out of it. Of course you get something out of it. Like if you don't get something out of it, I feel that you're doing yourself an injustice by being in a relationship. And so with with the transactional approach, I want something out of it. Like genuinely I do. And I hope that you get something out of it as well.
Of course. I mean, I also think too, it's like the definition of being in these relationships, like out of love or out of fun or out of enhancing your life. I think that's a very modern concept in society. Because I imagine back in the day, you turn 18, dog. Your parents probably got something lined up for you, or the first single person you see in your little village. It's like, all right, we gotta do it. We gotta procreate.
Josh over there, he's been waiting for 2 years.
Yeah, dude, exactly. And it's like, half the kids you have die of some fucking disease. Like, half the time the wife dies from giving birth. It's like you just gotta get those numbers up, dude, to keep population growing. So, like, I think this whole idea of actually doing this out of enjoyment, right, or out of benefiting yourself, is a very modern ideal in like human history. Right, it should just be like a necessity. You gotta have kids to work shit, so they can retire or live older, right? You have that, like, I don't know, monkey brain stuff of just of like expanding your seed out. I sound like a man out here, but I think that's part of it too.
Yeah,
I think it really is like a very modern ideal to marry for love, and in some cultures you still you have more arranged marriages. I've like definitely read some stories of like the elite, even in the U.S., like very wealthy people. Like, you're just kind of marrying, like, around to just form family bonds for politics.
A political game.
It's not out of actual love. Yeah, for, like, your family.
That's what all of these, like, rich people relationships are. Okay, like, we're talking generally, but if we know that someone's a millionaire or, like, multi-billionaire, whatever, right? It's so hard... I would imagine. Like, I'm not a billionaire or whatever, but it's so hard.
Not yet.
Hey, as long as this podcast keeps doing well, hey, maybe.
with our 17 views last episode.
Exactly. Hey, it's growth. But
it is growth, yeah.
The other idea I was wondering is when you're known, when you're famous, when you have a lot of money, a lot of celebrities have admitted to this, but when you're with someone, do they like you or for your money or your fame? Kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's it's a hard thing, and that's why you see them all with each other, right?
Yeah.
I think that's why celebrities are more often to date each other than like a regular person, because they don't have to worry about that insecurity. Because like, oh, this other person's famous, like they're obviously not with me just because I'm also famous, and maybe they are, but I think it's to less extent compared to somebody who wasn't famous.
And we don't feel bad for these multimillionaires, billionaires, right? Like we don't feel bad for them at all, but just like. From the point of view of the love aspect, the romantic aspect.
I kind of feel bad. Yeah.
I genuinely have a hard time thinking that a lot of these relationships that we see, like celebrity relationships with whomever, is genuine and not due to some external financial gain most of the time. Like I genuinely have a hard time seeing that. But because of because of relationships being transactional, it's probably okay. It's probably.
I mean, being okay or not is like that's a different question, right? Like if it's okay, I think that's a different question compared to what's actually going on. Like I'm not here judging these things. But I think some of it's real. I think some of it is.
I
It's
would
just,
feel insecure
yeah,
if like let's say I was
yeah,
like super rich and the person knew
sure,
about that, and
yeah.
I would probably be questioning,
It's like, are they just with me for the money?
yeah, and that's fine if they are, as long as I agree to it, right? But
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
what if they're
it's all about
pretending
consent.
to be, yeah, pretending to like something or to
And
whatever.
it could be both. Like I think it's also both things. I think like especially like if you're a self-made person that has money, that's just like an attractive feature because it's like oh, you're successful to some level. Like financial success is hot. Like you just gotta right. And it could be like I think if you met somebody who was like born into it versus somebody who's like achieved it themselves, the person who achieved it themselves is probably going to be a little more attractive, right? Because it's like oh they got there on their own. So like in some ways it's showing off success. It's just an attractive feature. I don't know. There's a lot to it. Yeah.
I find the idea of like let's say like being together for life to be hard, like
That's a
promising.
lot, dude. That's a long time, dog.
Yeah, promising. A friend of mine was engaged recently or proposed like the other day. Very very happy.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, but just like the idea of like when someone cites the reason of I'd like to spend the rest of my life with them. Like sometimes I felt that for like people in the past, but just knowing how long life can be and how people change so often in life, that I wonder if it's, I don't know what the word is. Is it premature? Is it
Yeah.
dishonest? I
I
don't think
mean,
it's
how many?
dishonest, but
Yeah. No. There's a reason the divorce rate is 50% in the U.S. Right? Because of what you just said. Like people change. Life's a long time, right? Like it's just people grow differently.
it
I think in the moment you
conflicts.
can. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that moment, that feeling, those feelings you have in the moment, they probably
Yeah, dude.
conflict so much with this, with these statistics or like whatever. But just the idea of the
Yeah.
romanticism is
Bro,
appealing to
we're
me.
animals, dog. We're fucking these. You see a dog, you see a monkey out there. What? Our DNA is different by 1 or 2%. We're fucking monkeys out here, dog. Like we don't know, right? It's just, the whole thing about love is some bullshit. What dopamine hits. I don't know how this works, but it's just like a drug. Like, and then it goes away, and the whole point is so you have a family, you spread your seed out there. Like that's what we are at the end of the day, biologically. So of course it's all bullshit. Like, absolutely. That's why divorces are high, right? And like some people make it work, and some people are genuinely happy with it, and some people aren't, and they split up and they find somebody else. But I think it's also really funny to evaluate. Like every billionaire out there has had some scandal in their marriage, like especially the men, like Bill
Well,
Gates,
yeah, because yeah,
Bezos, like all of them.
yeah, they tend to be like, way more likely tend to be the way more rich person in the relationship. So like from the other person's point of view, like from the woman's point of view, like of course like it makes sense that they would stand to gain the most financially, uh, because
Oh
of
no,
the,
I'm not more of just like how they're always cheating on their wives and shit. But
oh
like that,
yeah, that's,
yeah,
I
like they're
suppose
always
that's a
they're always doing
different
that shit.
thing. I think the cheating always, most of the time, comes from, yeah, the need not being met, probably like physical most of the time.
Yeah, sure. Or just like I mean, you can. I think that's like I mean, when you have that much money, you can do anything. You know.
They really are in a
Mm.
different world.
No, they're 100% they are, but they just don't give a shit, dude.
Yeah, who,
Um,
literally, who cares? Like, you commit a
and
crime,
like
okay,
their
who
their
cares?
first their first marriage isn't to their wife; it's to the money. Like, there's no way you can become that rich without being insane and just needing more, right? It's just
Yeah,
a very different
you're
mindset.
mentally like unwell for sure.
Oh yeah,
If
I
you're a
100%
billionaire.
agree. Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But I mean, who isn't?
yeah, I mean,
Who isn't nowadays?
yeah.
Mm.
But anyways, yeah, I think
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we agree relationships are transactional, and that doesn't take away from the beauty and the,
Yeah, not bad.
yeah,
It's just human. I think any
from the
relationship in general is
relationships.
transactional. Like it's just human nature, right? And like I don't think it's that obvious, and I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just that's how we are. Like any relationship, any social interaction, it's all like that. Yeah.
Sometimes it's very difficult to explain emotions with logical stuff. And I guess
Yeah.
to me, like logical stuff, I appreciate in my head to explain things, but when it comes to emotions, sometimes I just gotta accept that it's there's no
You're a
logical
monkey. Yeah,
reason.
dude.
Yeah, I'm a monkey,
Yeah, dude.
and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a monkey.
I mean, I think accepting that also is like very healthy to actually be aware of that and just to. It's like, oh, I'm feeling this way. I mean, this comes in. I don't know if you heard the term like emotional intelligence, but it's like just to be aware of it. Yeah, EQ, exactly. It's like, oh, you're aware of it. Like, why is this? Oh, I'm not sure. You can learn more about yourself and so on. But even just to recognize it's there, I think it's very, very mature. And as we get older, I want to address. We have one more topic I want to talk about actually around relationships. And it's Pornhub. If you're out here as a single person, you're a little lonely, you can go hit the hub, unless you live in Texas or Florida or a bunch of these states. Let me pull it up. I think like 20 or 30 states, and this is a little bit of a change of topic, but 20 or 30 of them now Pornhub pulled out of because they're requiring age verification. So I'm looking this up, and it's like, yeah, Arizona up to Idaho, Montana, up down to Florida, Ohio.
What's the age verification? Is it 21 or is it like 13 when our hormones start to go through puberty and stuff?
I think it's 21 or 18. I'm not sure. I think it's more about the process, though. Is to use these platforms, you'd have to upload your ID. And then Pornhub is just like, we don't want to implement this. There's so many flaws. They just pulled out themselves. So it's not like the state banned it. I think the state enforced age verification. Pornhub was like, we don't want to deal with this. We're just going to pull out of your state completely. That's actually what happened. But it's just interesting, and you've recently seen Discord talking about also enforcing age verification. I do think, like, at some level, these are, like, healthy things. Like, you definitely, like, smoking, for example, right? There's age verification. Some of these platforms are literally very addictive, right? Social media, doom scrolling, Facebook, Instagram, like, they're literally designed to scroll and to just sell you shit and to keep you on their platform. So I understand that part, right? We talked about the Australia ban before, how they're banning social media.
Yep.
I get all of that. It's like drugs, alcohol, but these platforms are actually pulling out, and they're just they're not existent anymore in these states, and so that's kind of what you're fighting. I don't know where I was going with that. I just wanted to talk about it. Yeah.
I support porn.
What do you mean by that?
I think it's like pornography is like a good thing for humanity, just to like give them, mainly like from an online perspective, like giving people an easy way to wank or have material to masturbate to.
I imagine it's been around since the dawn of time, right?
But it's more so like magazines, like 50 years ago.
Yeah, no, or you had fucking hieroglyphic drawings in a cave. Like I think you've always had it in society, right? It's just now it's very easy online.
And maybe like some artists are better at like drawing like sexually enticing drawings.
Bro, I want to find some like pornography from 10,000 years ago. It's like, imagine like, yo, Alan, come check out this stick.
Yeah, let's go.
It's like, come check out this hand-drawn buffalo I saw in this cave, and there's like these stick figures going at it.
Why don't we go to Greece and see how they did it 2,000 years ago, like with Socrates?
We'll need some young boys, dog. I know Greece was crazy about that.
But I
go for it.
So when we talked about the Australia ban with social media, I think both of us, we support it. And my reasoning was because I think for kids generally, like, you don't need social media. You don't need to be exposed to all of these toxic, poisonous things that social media does to your brain. So that's why I'm okay with age verification for social media. Pornhub is not a social media. You don't go on Pornhub to talk to people or get influenced by other people. You go to Pornhub to look at pornography, right? And so,
I mean, I go for the comments, but you do you.
So, okay, that's been a new development for me too. I'm like, oh, what do other people think about this video? but I guess like the difference being, I think the age verification, I could support it maybe, but just definitely make it lower. Than like the social media aspect. Like, let's say social media was 18 or whatever the number was, 21 even.
I think Australia was 16, but some areas maybe it's 13 or 14.
Sure, but like we know that people, like kids, when they become teenagers, like 13, 14, right? Middle school, high school, whatever, they start getting hormones. They're like, oh my gosh, I like this particular gender or whatever. It's like, I think it's fine to get your hormones out and go wank. Like, shit, I did it when I was 13. Like, I think that was healthy.
Dude, look at you. Yeah. I think it's like this Christian thing in the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, like, somehow if like a kid is 6 years old, 7 years old or whatever, like, I don't want that kid to be on Pornhub or whatever. So sure, like, make it 13 or whatever, but yeah.
I mean, that's that's the age where you can start looking things up. I think it's like just the access to it. Like back in the day, you had to get a magazine. Like that's so much different than just going on your phone or some device that you have close by, your school computer or your library computer, like all the homeless guys do. But like it's so much easier now to get access. So that's kind of where it comes down to. Like I think the difference with the modern solution of them trying to ban it, because like back in the day you couldn't. I don't think like a 13-year-old could go buy a nudie magazine. I think you had to be 18. And like what you do is you go find somebody to buy it for you. Like I don't know, or you just steal someone else's. I think just access to it has gone way easier, and that's kind of why you see these changes.
Do you think do you think it's a plus or a minus that they're doing these age verifications for Pornhub or Discord or whatever?
I don't like. I think intuitively, like it's just my first thoughts is like you shouldn't have this anywhere. Like the internet is like anything else where you have to kind of be on your own and self-regulate, and hopefully parenting helps with that, right? Is if you're a parent, you can block it on your own devices if you wanted to, or like your router, for example.
Yeah.
I do think like at some point with the social media, like I think also some of these platforms, again, their whole goal is to just get you on there. And like they're doing things, these algorithms, the way they affect your brain to keep your attention, it just kind of fucks people up. And I don't know if pornography has that same damage, but I've definitely, like, there's a whole Reddit no-fap page, right? Like, the fact that, have you heard of this before, like, the no-fap thing? Where, like, people become, like, addicted to it and they try and stop jerking it.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this at all?
It's like
it's just
Alcoholics Anonymous.
For jerking it. So it just shows you, and, like, alcohol, right? It's like another drug. Like anything that can be abused, right? And the whole goal is, like, to protect the youth. I think a ban's like overkill or trying to do age verification. Like, I think maybe age verification would be okay if it was like 13, 14, 16. Like, maybe I actually am more supportive of that.
Well, we were supportive of the social media stuff, like the
ban. So maybe I do support it more. And it's also like the social media thing. If people really want to do it, just like back in the day, if you want to get a nudie magazine and you're not 18 yet, you'd find a way to do it, right? You want to drink before you're 21 in the U.S. You'd find a way to do it. Same thing with these
go to college.
So just go to college. Yeah, and it's like you'll find a way to do all of it. So like the ban is one. It's like whatever. Discord, I don't really understand why Discord is doing it. Like they're not a social media to my knowledge. Like I don't really.
Yeah, they're not.
Like scrolling.
You don't get
that makes
fed.
no sense to me.
There's no algorithm on Discord that feeds you stuff.
Yeah. I think, and like also, so one thing I like. This is actually I'm gonna change my mind.
Okay.
When you go on these porn sites, you know how they ask if you're 18 or not?
Yeah.
That's what I like. I like that. If you go on them and you click it instantly, you can just lie and say, yes, you're 18.
Yeah.
That's actually, I'm very supportive of like having some type of warning. So not like a full-on, verification process to see it, but just to acknowledge that like this is made for older people, right? You're lying, you're actively, some barrier of entry. I think that's actually probably as far as I would take it, to kind of what they were doing already.
Like the shortest barrier.
I'm happy they were doing something. It is, but it's a barrier, right? Like, I think that's important.
It can deter some people off. Some people will be like, oh, whoa, am I being watched?
I guarantee you there's like a 12-year-old who's like, oh shit, I'm not 18.
Oh my god.
They can't hit now.
Yeah.
But no, I think I haven't thought of this too much, actually. Because I have the same opinion as you, is like, if you really want to... Like at some point you have to be, have it be open. What age? Who knows?
I think both of us feel some kind of cognitive dissonance going on here.
Yeah.
Like definitely social media ban we're for, and one of the implementations of social media ban could be age verification. Like it could.
That's a good idea. It's like also age verification is like an implementation of it, right?
Yeah. So like we support this idea, but then when it's like if they do age verification for Discord, which they are doing now, like I tried sending you a message like I took a
No
screenshot
way.
and then I forwarded the message to you on Discord, but then now it shows up as a file that looks
No. Oh, yeah.
right. So we're uncomfortable with this idea of age verification in Discord, and but then yeah, so there's this cognitive dissonance going on, and yeah, we'll definitely have to like think more to see exactly where we align or where our individual boundaries and lines are.
I would also like. Are we rambling over time here? Where are we at?
We're at 50.
We're already at 50 minutes on my. Yeah.
You do.
We're going kind of over here, but I'd also say too in terms of like regulation, like. I get like I'm trying to think like how much regulation you have in porn. I'm thinking about that because I don't think it's like legal to just. I guess you could just film yourself. I guess I'm thinking like how regulated the industry is, like the stuff that you'll see. It probably is pretty gray.
This is really concerning, yeah, younger folks, like non-adults, so children and teenagers. And at the end of the day, like hopefully your parents are there and your parents are guiding you towards a good path. And so
Yeah.
it should be a conversation of, hey parents, I am feeling this way, my hormones, these things are happening, what can I do? And if porn's one of them, great, right? But
in some healthy way.
yeah, it should be an
Absolutely.
open conversation, like, hey, like I
Yeah.
want to follow this Taylor Swift or whatever, right? Can I have a social media account, whatever, and
Yeah, or it's like I want to go jack it to this huge breasted lady on Pornhub. You should be able to tell your parents that, right, Alan?
I've never told my
That's
parents.
that's what you used to do.
But I would want my kid to tell me. I would want my kid to tell me.
I would not want my kid to tell me that. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go busted in
I'd be like,
my
all right.
room. It's like, don't tell me that. It's like,
All right,
oh.
cool.
it's like, yeah, you want some tissues?
All right,
Like,
here's the Pornhub login. Have fun.
yeah.
S-
Oh, let me
save
turn
your
our
shit.
blocker off. Yeah. God damn. Yeah, I don't know. Because it's just a very modern idea of you can just look that up on the internet.
No, see, it's all transactional because the kids they get their wank off, and then as the parent, you gain more trust. So it's like
You gain more trust.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, but then
Transaction.
but then your kid won't leave their room for 3 years, and you just constantly hear that like sound of them beating.
That's why you need intervention. If things become bad progressively over time, you have to intervene.
I mean, that is part of it, right? It's like looking out for somebody because you see this with alcohol all the time. People drink
Exactly.
underage, right? They smoke underage, and at some point it becomes a problem, like anything else in life.
Let's get a
So-
no fap pornography anonymous going on.
I think we should call it FAP responsibly. I think we can start a FAP responsibly group where it's like, hey, don't. I think once like other parts of your life are falling apart because of it, it's a problem. Just like with anything else. Yeah, dude.
Masturbation is healthy, like in moderation, of course.
Yeah, so from Valentine's Day, I think we're probably hitting pretty late here. We can wrap it up, Alan. But yeah, so I got into it with my whiskey talking about porn. It's not every day you find yourself discussing this on Valentine's Day
With the bro at the very
with a bro. But I like what you mentioned though about like, yeah, I think we are pretty supportive of this like social media ban. So it really is like an interesting concept of porn versus social media and the difference there.
when the hormones act up, that's an issue, and we got to do something about it. So go hit up
Yeah, dog.
find your favorite porn star and just go from there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Cool. Any other comments? Is that we can wrap up episode 12 of the Water and Time podcast?
What a great episode. Cheers to
Dude, we got into it.
episode 12 of the Water and Time.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Have a drink. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Go give it a wank.
Go give it away.
Bye.